everyone, I'm Nikki Moore, author by the sea. I live in beautiful Dorset and I write for HarperCollins. I also write as Ella Albright. Hi everyone, welcome to the vlog. I didn't vlog last week. I think we can all agree that the world is a pretty weird place at the moment. It's a scary and uncertain place. And I think I just had a lot going on last weekend, and there was just, a lot on my mind from things going on in the news, and I didn't feel it was right at that point to vlog. And I've done lots of thinking about it this week, and I have decided to carry on vlogging. It's really difficult, isn't it? Because there are lots of people in very difficult situations with the virus. Sadly, people are getting really ill, people are dying. We're being asked to do things that I certainly never thought I would be asked to do in my lifetime. I don't want this to be a political vlog. I don't want to be insensitive to other people, is one of the things I'm concerned about as well. I'm vlogging about books and writing and publishing still because people are still interested in those things from what I've seen on social media and from what I've talked to people about. I know it's an enormously difficult time for lots of people. Thank you to those frontline workers, people in the NHS, in social services, all those carers that are taking care of our vulnerable and elderly people who are, involved in food production and, making all those products that we still need and delivering those products. So a big thank you to everyone who is working to help us during these times. Like I said, I don't really want to get political, but I do want to say that I have been observing social distancing, and I've been asking my friends and family to, and I'm enormously concerned and worried about what's going on in the world at the moment. So please, I would just say, please stay home and stay safe. Please, only go out when you absolutely have to. If you're still been asked to go to a workplace, if a decision hasn't yet been made for you to stay at home, or if you're one of those services, frontline services where you have to work, I completely understand. But other than that, let's only go out for the essentials like food and medicine. Let's not visit our friends and family. Let's not go out into shops that we don't need to shop in at the moment. I have been on social media for several reasons this week. I have been talking about social distancing. I'll go on to what I've been doing in terms of supporting publishing books in a minute, but something else I've been doing is I think there's a lot of negativity in social media at the moment. There's a good deal of respectful, awareness building. There's a lot of negativity as well. It's it's getting hard to sleep, isn't it? Because all the things that we're seeing in the news, and I know that's been affecting me. But there's also a lot of joy being shared on social media, and I've been sharing. I've got a hashtag which is social distancing with my dog, and I post photos of Luna, my beagle puppy, every day. And it's just to bring a bit of kind of brightness into people's lives, because it does feel like a dark time, and I think it's about remaining resilient. So I know people are out of work. I know that self-employed people, that maybe there's a bit of some thoughts around, well, they're okay because they're set up to work from home anyway, quite a lot of them. But actually a lot of self-employed people are losing their customers. They're going to go out of business. So it's a really difficult time for lots of people, and I really don't want to be insensitive to that. But at the same time, life has to continue, and we have to make it as normal as we possibly can do. And with lots of people, who are following their advice and are either self-isolating altogether because they or someone in their family have got the symptoms of COVID-19, or like me, they're observing social distancing just to try and really minimise the risks for people, for themselves and for others around them, and for anyone that they might come into contact with. I think that reading is now more than ever an escape mechanism that lots of people need, that they really need. And as writers, I found it enormously difficult to write this week. So I normally average 7,000 to 10,000 words a week, if not a bit more. I've probably only written 2,000 or 3,000 words. My head is just so full of what is going on around me and going on in the world, and the worry that I have for me and my family, for my family and friends, but also for the communities around me, for for the wider world, or those people that are unwell or are worried or scared about what's going to happen, their livelihoods, their homes, it doesn't leave a lot of headspace for writing. So my word count's been right down, but I just think I've had to accept that that's the way it is, that's the way I feel at the moment. But the world is going to keep on turning, and we are going to come through this. It's just a matter of, how long it's going to take, and what sacrifices we're going to have to make in the meantime, and what the world's going to look like afterwards. So I just want to urge writers to keep on writing, because I really feel one of the things that's keeping me sane at the moment is reading. I've read 2 or 3 books this week, possibly more. One of which I finished this morning, and it really helped me. On Mother's Day as well, I was like, I want to lie in, I want a bacon sandwich in bed, I want to be able to have a bath, and I want to be able to read my book. And I read How Do You Like Me Now by Holly Bourne, and I thought it was brilliantly written and observed, and it just really took me out of myself. So thank you, Holly, for writing a cracking book. But as writers, I really do think then we need to keep writing. We need to keep writing stories, and maybe we've got uncertainty about when our books will be published, or we've got uncertainty about some other things going on that I'll talk about in a minute. But if you're an author or you're an aspiring author, I would just say to you, I know it's really difficult, and I know there's been a lot of discussion online, groups that I'm part of, it's difficult. You kind of almost feel uncomfortable promoting your books or talking about your book being published. But reading is going to be so important for people. Of course, it's not for everyone, and there are going to be some people that, want to watch box sets and films and want to bake a lot. I've seen lots of pictures on Twitter of people baking and making cakes, etc. And I really do think it's a personal choice. But there's an immense number of people that want to read at the moment and want books, and they need books in terms of mental health and well-being. You can't underestimate the good that reading a book can do when you are, not feeling like yourself, or when you're facing challenges or difficulties. So just a plea to keep writing. I know it's been difficult. I think I've seen quite a lot online as well. This is one of the things I wanted to talk about. Some kind of misapprehension that, that writers are suddenly going to get lots of extra books written. And actually it's going to be more difficult for a lot of writers, because they might be working from home doing the day job still, and they're going to gain a bit of writing time in terms of, when they would have normally been travelling to and from work, etc. But they're also going to have people at home with them that aren't normally at home, and it's difficult to write in a busy household. I'm really lucky, I haven't got young children. My youngest is almost 15, so I will be homeschooling him, but he does not need that kind of hands-on childcare that, younger children do. So I'm going to be supervising him, and we're going to have a schedule, and I'm going to make sure that fresh air is part of what he gets every day. I'm still dog walking, but I'm just making sure I'm being really strict about, coming into contact with other dog owners, that kind of 2 metre distance, staying well away. But so for some writers and some self-employed people, it's going to get harder to be able to work because they've got people with them. So I've also seen lots of people saying online, now that I've got to work from home, or I'm off work, I'm going to write that book that I always thought that I would write. Good luck to you. I really hope you manage it. And yes, I think it's a great opportunity. But if you don't manage it, then do not feel guilty about it, because actually you might be trying to write a book, as I said, with people at home with you that, you wouldn't normally be around, that you're caring for. So it's not going to be that easy, I think. And I just want to say, don't feel guilty about it. I think we do what we can do. The other thing I want to talk about, just in terms of, books and publishing, life really doesn't look like it did almost even, 2 weeks ago. Our lives have changed immensely. And, I don't feel that we should be going into bookshops at the moment. I think, we should be restricting social contact. And I can't tell you what to do, but I'm just asking you to think about what you're doing. A lot of staff online, from Waterstones, are expressing concern about people still coming into shops. They're happy to serve you in terms of serving over the phone. Online orders, things can be delivered, books can be delivered to your door. And if you're in a supermarket and you're going out because, you need to get your food, you need essentials anyway, of course, don't be afraid to pick up a book. But you know, it's about not making unnecessary trips. Now, Amazon have made it a bit harder for us to buy books for those people that want to buy books as an escape and really need that, because they're not essential items, and a lot of paperbacks and hardbacks are not in print at the moment or not being delivered and stocked. You know, no new deliveries coming in. There is a website called hive.co.uk, and they actually, you know, they take book and DVDs and CD orders, so please think about using Hive. And a lot of independent bookshops are selling through them. You know, Hive actually take books from independent bookshops and are distributing. You know, and as I said, Waterstones are online. So I guess the takeaways from this week's vlog, and next week I will do something much more specific about writing and publishing as I normally do, but it's that general thing around please order books online. Please think about, you know, the escapes that books can give you. And a final thing is, you know, lots of authors have had to cancel publishing events, and they're very concerned about that and, you know, how it affects their livelihoods. Let's just go on social media and support them. So I've been doing a #publication day tweet where I try and find people who are publishing their books, and I've been retweeting and just commenting and liking and trying to share the love. So let's do what we can to help authors online and help them get word about their new book out there. Thanks a lot for listening. Do find me on Twitter, come and say hi. Do think about how we can support and help each other at this time, and let's be kind to each other. And I'll be back next week. And please stay safe and take care of yourselves. Bye.